The decline in turnout for parliamentary elections in recent years was clearly only the symptom of something much wider and a much deeper alienation from formal politics than any of us had actually guessed. All the research that we saw and conducted showed that British people were in fact actually very active and on many issues very interested in politics. It's just that they wouldn't have called it politics often. They were very engaged in all sorts of civic society activities, charity works, running in marathons, red nose days, things around their schools, literacy programs for adults. They would volunteer for all manner of stuff, prison visiting, all sorts of things. But what people were not interested in and were completely turned off from was voting and political parties. And the declining voter turnout hid a much longer term and more precipitous collapse in party membership and allegiance that went back all the way to the 1960s. And so perhaps the greatest concern that we think there ought to be about what came out of this inquiry was that there was a really pervasive and profound cynicism, which meant that vast numbers now write formal politics and politicians off as a waste of time. They really don't feel there's very much point in voting. And when you speak to them, we did a special piece of research of actually going to the people who did not vote at the last general election. And it's worth remembering that at the last general election, more people abstained than voted for the government. And so it was very interesting to see what that was about. And of course, what happens when you ask people in Westminster, when you ask the political class what that's all about, they say, oh, it's about apathy. People are very comfortable now. People are feeling that they don't need to vote because their lives are so good. They tell you that people are not voting because other things have taken the place of the need to do it. And in many ways, finding comfort in those simple explanations was actually not the truth.